Well, that's on your kid, because that's,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
fountains, they're fountains, they're great. But if they can't get left, and they probably sometimes. Nobody can move.
Cool. Okay, so welcome for a second. Glad for the people that made it here. Jeff Clough asked me to come. So we'll cover those quickly. And then other just housekeeping items. We'll really pleased that we've got Lane Barney on here this tonight. So ability. Just sent out an email to the residents statewide. We've got about 700 officials, 720 officials, and about 200 of them have not completed the eligibility. And of those 220 have multiple games. Those games are going to go away. In our group, and people and Joe B reach out. So if we reach out to you, get your stuff taken care of. Most is the clinic. They and still on the site, so on there an hour, just get it. For those who want to be postseason eligible, we still have to complete our 10 evaluations. They're done online this year, so if you don't know how to get to them, it's on the eligibility center. There's a link to the form. We need to get those done. And then by the end of January, we have to have a list into Jeff for postseason eligibility on the 1st of February, so they need to be done before then. Whistle analysis, if you're a sub-varsity official, we want you completing 10 whistle analysis. That's just a thing for you to kind of see where the whistles come from, what they're calling. It should help you to understand the game and how the game gets called better. That's why we do them. It's not just busy work. If you use that as a tool and learn how to learn from that, it'll help accelerate your progress.
Can I throw something in here?
Sure.
So on the whistle analysis, if you don't know how to do one, or if you haven't before, I have instructions. So it goes step by step by step. One of the goals with the whistle analysis is really what our topic is today, and that's on the PCA and positioning. So when you do a whistle analysis on a game, that's really what you're looking at. You're saying this whistle came from this official, this is where the play was, and now you can go back and look and see, did the correct official make that call? So as you learn things today, and then you start to do these whistle analysis, you'll go, oh, wait a minute. Okay, that's a gray area. Or we had a double whistle, and that's over in Trails area. Okay, those are the things that the whistle analysis is going to help you. Then when you submit them, we'll actually send those out to the officials that were on that game, and then they can look and see, along with their film, they can look and go, okay, yeah, this was good, this wasn't. Okay, I need to be more patient in this environment, whatever it may be.
Thanks, Bruce. Next thing is we're having too many people decline games. Okay, declining games means you haven't managed your schedule. Your job to manage your schedule. So I think Joe B has been very clear about when you need to have stuff in. Period. In fact, things came out. Hey, I got a few on my way. So manager. Everybody understands that things happen last minute. That time. But you know when your wife's day is. Know when tree is, and kind of take care of. Next, there is an ejection form, which is a website that needs to be filled out. You also need to text Jeff Clough. You need to be right, and you need to text me about that. So if that happens, we need to be informed. If you have to if you have an incident report, an incident report is just something very unusual that happens in a game, not an ejection. There's no form for that, but there's an email that needs it. You need to email Jeff Clough and say, you know, some guy ran across the court in the middle of the game and we had a problem with the administrator. Okay, but you also need to notify Joe B and you need to notify me as well via email. So that could be some odd ruling. It could be coach behavior, player behavior, some kind of administrative issue that needs to be taken care of. If there's a problem with the facility, you don't have a place to shower, you don't have a place to dress, they don't have, they haven't planned for you. Those are the things we need to know. This is a tough time of year. We're getting towards Christmas and things are busy. So we appreciate everybody's hard work, and we understand the pressures that happen, but we need to pay attention and make sure that we're taking care of the stuff we can control. Couple more things. I've received several, I've had several people contact me about the rule change this year. We have gone to 4 throw-in spots in the back court as well as the front court. Okay. So if we have a travel or a foul in the back court, it needs to go to either one of the 3-foot marks on the end line or one of the 28-foot marks on the sideline. The exception to that is out of bounds. If the ball goes out of bounds, we're going to take the ball at the spot where it goes out of bounds. Unless it goes in the key, then we're going to move it to one of the 3-foot spots on the end line. Okay. I'll just save you the last. Make sure you're communicating before your games. Okay. So 48 hours before your game, if you're the referee, you need to contact your crew. Make sure you know when everybody's showing up. In fact, I got contacted about a game today, and I had the wrong tip-off time in my mind, and thankfully the crew chief contacted and said, hey, if not tipping off at 7, it's tipping off at 6:30. So we make sure that we're meeting on time. You need to be professional while you're on the court. Okay, so I think you want to think about what you say to a coach and how you're going to say it before you open your mouth. Okay, coaches to us that we can't say back to the. So just because they said it, we said it doesn't mean it back. Be professional in how you address things. Next thing is make sure you get your dues paid. $40. The Venmo is live. If you have a question about how to do that, contact Cody King. He'll walk you right through it. Very easy. Also, with regard to that, when you sign up, make sure that you've signed up for SUBOA. We want to make sure that we've got a current list of who's working. Right, currently we have 73 people on our rolls. Just want to make sure that we have that right. If you've had an issue getting the new uniform, the new gray shirt, let me know. The expectation is that every official wears the new shirt on every game. So I did speak with Randy Upton about supply issues, and he said there shouldn't be any supply issues. So if you've ordered one, you should have it. If you haven't, you need to contact them and they'll get it to you. If anybody's not on Huddle, if you don't know how to get on Huddle, you don't know what Huddle is, reach out to me. Huddle is a place where you can find your games. So we want people watching our game, watching their own games and critiquing themselves. It's also a place where you can watch other people's games. So if you're not on, there's a UHSAA account. There's a whole library for boys games, whole library for girls games. So most games are found there. If you can't find them, we've got some sources to help you find your game if it's not on there. There's all kinds of resources out there. The next thing is make sure you have a headshot on the arbiter. Too many people have a picture of them at Disney with their dog or hiking, and what we need to see is your head. We need to know what your face looks like. Jeff, the UHSAA will provide you with a pass that gets you and a guest into any UHSAA game, but he won't provide it if you don't have a headshot. So take a minute and do that if you don't have one. And you might consider updating it. I updated mine. My last one was 25 years old. In fact, I had a guy tell me, yeah, you don't take a picture. This is the picture. I was in my 30s instead of my 50s. So aware of the new mercy rule, the state rule in half. If 130 head by 30 points, for the entire rest of the game, they drop it back down below. That does not happen. The clock will stop for timeouts. The clock will stop for free throws, clock for injuries, and that's it. It's going to run continuous. About that, reach out to the rule and this doesn't prolong the summer. With all the new rules that we went over,
Do we need to tell the coaches that?
coaches are supposed to do the rules play that. But it wouldn't hurt to I think we're getting close. you might also, have a discussion with personnel the other day, and then they're like, what's this about it? Well, we had one, know that there was a change. And know that it change year to, and personnel don't necessarily stay. A lot of times in lower level games, it might be somebody working off tardies. They have no clue. If you've had any questions about new rules or rule changes for this year, please reach out to me or one of the board members so we can help talk you through and make sure we don't have a problem. We are going to start this year sending out a You Make the Call. So weekly you'll get an email from Kobe that's going to have 2, 3, 4 plays on it. And it'll have rule references for it. What we'd like you to do, this isn't somewhere you need to respond to and say, oh, this is what I think you should do. You need to read through the play, decide what you're going to do, and if you're not sure, whatever, we will have rule references or casebook references for you to look at. Just a chance to stay in the rule book throughout the season and make sure you're staying sharp on plays. Couple last things. Don't come to the games dressed in your uniform and don't leave in your uniform. You're just a target. Okay? Wear your street clothes. They provide places for us to change. Make sure that you do that. After a game, if both of you are leaving or all three of you are leaving, leave together. Okay? Protect yourselves. I know too many stories about officials who have been attacked in parking lots. Just help yourself. Okay? If you're working with female, make sure that she gets to her car safely. Walk her to her car and then go to your car. But always make sure that she gets to her car safely. And the final thing is, make sure you arrive at the gym an hour early for a varsity game and at least 30 minutes for a JV game. We want to make sure you have time for a good pregame and to kind of shed the day so that you can focus on what you're doing. This avocation is very difficult. It's hard to be good at it. And if you're thinking about other stuff, you're going to be worse than you would otherwise. Okay. So give yourself enough time. In fact, on the way up, Jason and I were talking about that very thing, Jason Etheridge and I, about being able to got a little pregame routine and want to go through your pregame routine, and you need enough time to do it so that you're ready to go. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, I'm trying to cover it fast on purpose because I'm trying to get us out of here as close to an hour as we can. One last thing, we're going to have Justin Bateman talk about a mentoring program for a minute. Once Justin is done, we're going to turn the time over to Lane and Casey for the remainder of the meeting. If you're a first or second year official, so this is your first or second year officiating, not just in our group, but just officiating, here at Canyon View Room, if you are online, want something for you to click on into a separate room. I guess I got to click on that too. Yes. Okay. And we'll do that all together. So we're going to go here, we're going to go into that room right there with the open door.
Okay, I'll make it real quick. So as you know from the first meeting, we're going to do the mentor program, and this is required for postseason. Thanks for everybody that submitted the form that said they wanted to be either a mentor or mentee. Those will be matched up and completed matchups either tomorrow or Wednesday, most likely Wednesday. And then everybody's going to get sent an email, whether you're mentor or mentee, tell you who you're matched up with, expectations for the season. And again, it's just, we're trying to get you at least one game with that person and to build them up and obviously be a resource for good and a resource to, help them become a better official and build some camaraderie as well. If you have questions about it or don't understand it, obviously you can ask me, but if you go to southernutahboa.com, there's a mentor tab on there and you can see everything you need on that tab, and I'll pull it up on the screen. If you go to our website, southernutahboa.com, you can see that there. And it has the form that needs to be submitted at the end of the season that's associated with that. If that form is not completed, and it's going to be likely, towards the end of January, middle to end of January, then you're not going to be considered postseason eligible. So we'll remind you each meeting, but please go to that, and that's where you can find it. There's a button on it. It's really easy to find and pretty obvious. Any questions? Sir.
Kelly, can you just review very briefly jerseys, tucked, untucked? I've had 3 different things said by different officials, and I think we need to take just 1 minute
Sure.
to clarify.
So the jersey If the jersey is designed to be tucked in, it's to be tucked in. Okay, if it's not designed to be tucked in, then it does not have to be. But if you're old enough to have played basketball in the 70s and 80s like I was, they used to make jerseys that were designed to be worn outside your pants, but they would have trim on the bottom, okay, or they would have writing at the bottom. So it's clear that they were not designed to be tucked in. I have not seen one of those jerseys in 40 years, okay? So basically, all the jerseys are designed to be tucked in. So if they tell you they weren't, and there's a tag at the bottom with the size, that's designed to be tucked in, okay? It would be very obvious. It would have trim like it does around the collar or the armholes at the bottom, okay? So for 99 plus teams, there to be two. So I like clears those up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, Lane and Casey. For those who don't know Lane and Casey, both Southern Utah guys, both work Division I and have worked for a number of years, and we're blessed to have them to spend some time with us, share their wisdom and training that they've received to help make us all better. So thank you guys.
Thanks for having us. I'll say one thing quickly on the jersey. If you don't open your mouth and ask the players to tuck it in, they won't tuck it in. They'll get away with whatever we let them get away with. Use your voice, be in control of the game, use your voice, tuck it in, hold the ball till they do. And then when they do this and roll it, just hold the ball. Say, I didn't say roll it. I said tuck it in.
PowerPoint first or plays?
Yeah.
PowerPoint's good. Yeah.
Are we going through this, Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's good.
Yeah.
We stop right there. Anybody have any questions about this? Blow. Control over here. You say you know. Why do you blow?
Well, ball watch.
One thing that we pregame a lot is we'll give it up halfway in the key from Trell, correct? Maybe this is something, where are we going to give it up as Trell? Lane, where are you going to take it if you're center? I mean, this is a great chart, but we can deviate a little bit as long as we're on the same page, right? I don't like to referee from here to over there. I like him to referee. It's closer. It's just my personal preference. When we work together, we give it up there. Pre-game it. Talk about it. You know, when somebody come and go, oh, you blew out of your area. Man, we were all on the same page. We have double. We have double with you.
I'm going to share my screen too.
Questions about any of this? I mean, you guys have read this, right? You understand it? One thing that I would tell you, and Lane, you can tell me to stop talking wherever you want, but these are recommendations. I'll see guys run down and they'll stand right at 28-foot line. The ball handler's up above him. Are you in the right position? Well, this is what it tells me I'm supposed to do. This is recommendations. If you're the ball official, you have a competitive matchup, stay behind it, referee it. Don't run to the 28-foot line, right? But in a perfect world, this is where we're supposed to stand. Fair? Okay? Recommendation, not gospel. Yep. I think Lane talked about primary cover. Would you?
Well, the two things I would touch base with on this, Cody sent me this, and this was the page that I wanted to talk about first. Was the second bullet point: move to maintain the ability to see in between these two players. Like Casey said, we have guidelines where we start, have guidelines where we want to be. However, the players do not stand still during the game. They are moving, fluid game. So we need to move every time as well. Position adjust on every play, whether you're trail, center, or lead. Okay, you cannot go to the same position every time and stand there and expect to get all your plays right. It doesn't work that way. And then the second thing is, I think, is the most important thing that should be discussed, and this is an internal thing that we need to work on, is referees need to discipline their eyes to stay in their primary area and trust their partners to do their job. Trust your partners that they're going to do their job. If we do that, we stay in our area and we trust Casey, we trust whoever to referee their area and do their job, right? Like Casey said, yeah, we're going to have an occasional double whistle. That's fine. As long as the primary guy takes it to the table, we're fine, okay? And it's not an easy thing to do. It takes time. It takes repetition. It takes self-talk. We have to self-talk. You catch yourself looking where you're not supposed to be. Just say, hey, get back to your spot. You know, I mean, I talk to myself all the time. Get to my area. Let my guys referee or they're refereeing. Okay? So I would just say, talk about this. Just trust each other. Trust your partners. They're going to do their job. We don't need to be heroes all the time. Okay?
When you say occasion in your game, how many double whistles do you guys have?
Well, we're gonna see some, I think in a well officiated game, 40 minutes, 3.
I was going to say, Casey and I worked about a week and a half ago at Weber, and I think we had 4. I was counting them on the way down here.
One of them, he screwed me. We should have 3. It was my whistle. Actually, he and I doubled on 2, and they were really in dual coverage areas. And we talked about it, and I was going to put them on here, but the video was terrible. At what point in time, and we'll see some plays, but it's my primary matchup, and it's going away from me. At what point in time do I go, okay, off, get off it? It's hard to let go. Well, it's going right to lane, to right wheelhouse, but it's still in my wheelhouse. We may double, right? That's okay. It's still my play, now it's his play. It's okay. You'll see when it's not okay. But 3 or 4.
Yeah.
If we're doing it right.
And I mean, and to that point, I thought about this as well. If you feel like you're being a crew saver and you have 4, 5, 6 crew saving plays, you might want to take a look in the mirror, because there's not that many crew saving plays in a basketball game. Maybe 1, maybe 2. That's it. So if you go in the locker room like, man, I saved my crew 4 or 5 times tonight, you might want to do a little self-evaluation. Is that it?
No.
This run, this is just going to show the court, show the primary coverage areas, and show on transition how they switch. So if it'll run.
Yeah, right.
I guess I would tell you, if anybody wants a copy of these afterwards, I'd be happy to share videos with you. You can watch them. I'm not a
Yeah,
technology
that was
guy.
great.
Yeah, I'm not a technology guy. This was in the PowerPoint, but yeah, should have. Well, no, there's the 8 players, not that requires, they must give them all actual. I would just like, I'll copy them, whatever.
Or get the play and we'll.
Yeah, I think we can just need to go. Sharon, what's on the screen? Look at that. I'll clip that and send it to everybody, because what it's doing is it's showing the primary coverage area switching as the play goes, which I've never seen before, so that's actually really cool technology.
Just quickly on rebounding, who do you think has the least best look on rebounding fouls? Who do you think has worse looking fouls?
Lead.
Who says lead? Who says center? Who says trail? Who says trail? Okay. I think lead has the worst. Trail has the worst. Center's got Cadillac. Okay, if you're in the right position, you see a rebound. The reason I bring that up is just don't bail out. I see myself, I see all of us. Shot goes up, and I'm afraid I may not run. We start away, and now we're refereeing on our heels. And it's hard to go in and get when you're on your heels and you're retreating. Something to think about. Next one. Rotations quickly. What makes you rotate? Why do you rotate? Maria, why do you rotate?
I'm watching forwards and how they move from side to side.
Okay. What about the ball? Does the ball dictate when we rotate? No. I'll tell you what I do.
You close position.
There you go. What I do is the ball's coming down the floor. High the ball is coming up the floor. If it's coming up center or on the other side, I get to the block. Because now if it settles, I only have to go from lane line to lane line. If I'm clear out here and the ball's on that side of the floor and it's a quick entry, I have all the way to get there. I'm not going. Okay. Mirror the ball. It starts to be swung a little bit, closed down. So now it settles. I see a forward go across like Maria talks about. They're going to get it to their best player. I'm going to rotate so I'm there when he catches. Right? Find a reason to rotate, reason not to rotate. The more you rotate, the better. Now, if it's a zone, throw it, Lane and I throw it back and forth, and we never do anything, don't rotate. But if you see forwards starting to get in a position to catch, be there when they catch. Because now all of a sudden I'm refereeing it right here instead of refereeing it from over here. It's easier. You guys are all great referees. You could be doing this training. But I'd tell you, and I think you all agree, if you're in the right position, you get plays right. Where you miss them is when you're in the wrong place and your eyes are looking in the wrong place. Okay? Lane, anything else about rotations? Do you guys mark threes? What does lead do on threes low?
No.
Nothing. As you do pre-games, talk. Hey, I'll tell these guys, they know I rotate a lot, guys. Just be ready. Be ready. One thing that we've talked about a lot lately is if I'm starting to rotate, the shot goes up, what do? Just get back out. Hey, shit. Off we go. Right? Simple. Where you are, your part. See, if you commit, you get 3/4 of the way over there, well, then keep going because it's a long ways back. Right? Anything else on that, Lane?
No, that's good.
This is the one time where ball can initiate a rotation as trail. We have center's got to go up and referee a trap. Go step up there, lead, be smart enough to know, well, my center's out of here. I got to go replace him so he can be trail. Anybody have questions about that? Does that make sense? Here's where a lot of times we get in such a hurry from center, we get down here in this position, and the ball never gets down there. Why are you in such a hurry to get to the free throw lane? Because This tells me it's supposed to be. Well, if the ball isn't central line, so you don't have to go so far on a trap. Guy, trapping. I'm not going to get as deep as center, right? Does that make sense? Put yourself in the best position. Well, anybody have any questions about this stuff? Seriously, anybody have questions about three-person mechanics?
I'll ask a question on that last slide, talking about C coming up to officiate. C's primary coverage areas, once it comes across that half-court line, that's C's area up there. At what point, if Terrell's bringing that ball across the floor, does C go up to officiate and there's a communication with referees? What do you find works for you on how you decide to go up and officiate that play?
Good question. Lane, you can add to this, but as I'm running up the floor, and I feel I'm center, and I right here, I'm not free throw line. I might be right them, and then if I feel, I'll stop. And if Trell sees me stop, what does that mean? He's going to referee it. Hopefully Lee's smart enough to get over there. What if we had two Trells? Okay.
I was gonna say, it all comes down to your nonverbal communication. I mean, if I'm center, Casey's got that play high, but I'm at my free throw line looking like this. What does Casey think I'm refereeing? Do you think I'm refereeing up there? Or does he think I'm refereeing? No, I'm at my 28 free throw line extended. I'm refereeing the heck out of nothing, right? But if I take a couple of steps up, like Casey says, give him a little nonverbal communication, like, hey, I'm watching this. He can kind of maybe take his eyes off for a little bit too, and then wait and see what's going on here. Comes down, I'm on it, rotates back over, back to Casey, and I just go back to my 28 foot or my free throw line extended.
And it's a two referee play as well. Because if we have a screener coming up the screen, the center's responsibility. Screener defender. What's Trell's responsibility? Ball handler, defender. We're going to have 4 eyes on a cluster. Does that make sense, Kelly? What else?
I think this is the kind of stuff we're supposed to be covering in a pregame. Too many of us are too busy talking about stuff that doesn't matter instead of talking about stuff that does matter.
Agreed. And you guys referee these teams enough to know, hey, Bryce Valley is half as soon as it gets across half court. Don't be in a hurry to get out of there then. I mean, you get to kind of be in the Cadillac seat as center. You don't have to run as far. Don't be in such a hurry to get there. Right? Other teams turn and burn. That's when it's, oh crap, I got to turn and run. But I agree. Pre-game. And Lane and I have worked a ton together, and we work with guys who've worked in the Final Four. Pre-games are intense. Some guys suck at it, but for the most part, we cover a ton of stuff. It's like, yeah, I get it, but we do it, right? So that we're all on the same page for that one time that we really got to be good. All right, that's it. Okay, I put a bunch of clips together that will hopefully kind of talk about rotations and primary coverage areas and what's good, what's bad, what's indifferent. Hopefully they'll work. Go to go. Could be the shortest presentation in history.
We either get,
Or are we going to dinner? Anybody, while he's doing this, anybody else have thoughts about three-person mechanics, why we're good at it, why we're not good at it? Maria, where are the the pain points with three-person mechanics in southern Utah?
Typically post play,
Post play?
yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about post play. Who's supposed to referee post play in three-person mechanics? This is not the play. Who's supposed to referee post play in three-person mechanics? Lead. Okay. How far across our cute little grid can center referee post play? Only halfway? Over to the block? Well, I think it really depends. What if I have nothing else to referee? Which oftentimes happen. I'm sitting here at center and I got nothing to referee. Okay, so let's look at position. Big, fat, slow guys, eventually going to get in the right position. Okay. Ball's here. I know Jason, the little rabbit, is already rotated fast. You know what our little air message says? We don't care. Okay. You see double whistle. Whose play is this?
Both. Because you have a secondary defender coming over.
In a perfect world, should double whistle or one whistle on this play? It's serious. These are why I brought them. If we were to have one gun out play on this play, who would be? Not blow. Trail or lead? The point of this play is this is a double. What Brent said, we've got defender coming over. We've got connected defender going to the basket. Nothing wrong with a double whistle. If I were refereeing this and not have been so slow to get in position as Trell, I would have probably waited just to give lead a crack. Umpiring baseball has been a thing for me with patience. Okay, let it develop, finish, lead. It's really helped me. But nothing wrong with double whistle. Agreed? Any other thoughts? Okay. Play number 2. Wayne, jump in anytime. It's this one. We're in transition. Yep. Okay, double whistle. Play it again. Wayne, you can take this one because this is when the slow burn was starting.
I'm already, I'm irritated just watching this. This is a play that does not deserve a double whistle, in my opinion. All right. We got a clear one-on-one matchup with a primary defender that starts and initiates in our center's lap, correct? Let him foul there or right there. Where's the ball? Where's the play? Above the, even with line, but clearly outside the lane line opposite, right? Is this going back to our trust? Do we have any trust? If I blow this here, do I have trust in my center? Am I showing trust in my partner? No.
Stop right there, Bruce. So who should lead be refereeing right now?
33.
This great big old donkey that's going to be a secondary defender. Why in the world are you looking at the ball? Honestly, guess what? You guys do it every night. I come and watch you. You do it every night. Why? You going to save me?
He's also at a disadvantage because he's moving. If he's moving, he doesn't have the ability to see that play as well as if he's stationary. He's looking back, he's moving his vision. just by physics isn't as good as it should be.
Okay, I agree. But here's another point. If your eyes see a foul, what do? You blow. Take your eyes off the play. Play number 3. Good one, Lane?
Yeah, that's a great one.
Starting to burn right there.
Know your responsibility, right? The lead's got to pick up secondary defender. It's his job.
Okay, stop right there. We in good position? Trail's in good position, agree? Lead's in good position, agree? Center's in great position? Okay, let it play. See what You're damn right, because that's about the 8th one. This game was miserable for me. And what happens on this play is the reason I shared this with you is because guess who reported the foul at the table? Not the right guy. And I'll tell you why the right guy didn't, because he was so pissed at where the fouler was anymore as soon as the trail blew. I checked out. I was ready to fight. Just trust me. This is the 8th one. Right? Is it that big of a deal? Yes. It's not your job to save me on a play right in my freaking lap. Okay, go ahead. What else, Lane? That's the one that put me over the top. I did. And the post game was not real great. And one of our bosses was there. And he said, Casey, why do you play at the table? I said, because my savior blew for the 8th time in front of me. I lost my fouler. You need to be better than that. Okay. So does he. Even if he's your financial advisor. True. I didn't say that, but I may have thought it. Let's go to, we can skip that one. Let's go to number 7. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Okay, good position. Go ahead and play it. You can take this one, Mike. Bruce. Bruce. Yeah. Not on that here. It's not on there? That's the people that are at home? Yeah. Shame on them. Should be here. So, did you guys see the play? Again, start, dribbles away, it's headed right, started to trail. Was I center? Yeah. Whose play is it? It's my play. What did we do wrong as a crew? I don't know if you noticed, but you see what we did? Blue. Shep, blue.
It's on now.
What did Shep do with his mechanic? What did I do with my mechanic? What if he went like that? Just be super careful. Super careful. Yes.
On plays like that, I think it's really important that you've got to recognize when you're the primary play caller, when you're the secondary play caller. And if you're the secondary guy and you decide to blow your whistle, right or wrong, you just got to put your fist in the air. You do nothing else so you know you're okay, so we don't screw up, right?
And I would piggyback that with your secondary and have a secondary cadence. I mean, if Chad just waits a half a second to see if Casey blows, and then he blows a half a second later, what's with that? Not that, nothing. Fine. We're moving on. Be patient. Allow your partner to do his job. Help when needed.
If you can,
Bruce. Did you guys talk about that in their post game and why Chad would?
Well, Chad and I are really good friends, and so we talked about this clip, and and we all screw up.
Yeah.
Chad's like, dude, sorry.
Oh.
Okay, and all we're trying to do is get better.
Yeah.
He didn't mean to. I don't mean to. You don't mean to. But not meaning to and then taking the next step to not doing it anymore is where we want to get to. I think we're all getting better now at, okay, not my whistle, get off it, look away. Because if I'm not looking, I won't blow. And I see way too many of us trying to be a hero on a play. Why are we being a hero? That's not a hero play. That's me. I miss it, it's on me. It's not on the crew, it's on me. As I watch you guys referee, I would tell you, you're all trying to be way too good of partners by saving your partner. Stop saving your partner and referee your third. If you're really good in your third, you've taken care of your business. Get the game saver when somebody hits somebody under the carriage or elbow in the chin or whatever. That's a crew saver, not a double dribble out of your area. And that's where you guys, I want to be so perfect. I want to be so good. I want to save Lane. Lane's a big boy. He's a referee. Right? I mean, if there's anything that I would tell you guys as you go into your games, that's your third. Extend a little bit if you have an open look. But don't be a crew saver on a play that isn't consequential. Any thoughts about that? Let's do number 8. It's my favorite.
I have people say to me, but I clearly saw whatever, way out of their area. How would you address that?
I think your eyes need to be somewhere else. Great. That's awesome, but that means to me you're not refereeing your primary. Because again, we're all really good referees and we're really good when we blow our whistle, but we're also really good at blowing our whistle on things we see, even if we're not supposed to see them. Right? So just don't look there. Okay, my favorite play that I've ever had my whole life, and thank goodness I'm not on it. But here's the whole point of everything we're talking about. Stop, stop, stop. Play it again. Watch all 3 referees, if you can. This is a doozy.
Stop it right here, Bruce. I mean, I would just say, talk about responsibilities now, okay? What's Trail's responsibility in this scenario right now?
Trailing defender,
Probably trailing defender.
basket interference, goaltending.
Yeah. His guy was this guy. He got beat, right? So he can stay here. He can help with the ball handler. What about center up there? What's his responsibility right now? Keeping his gun up. I would say probably right now in this moment, he's probably going to try to help start looking at feet, seeing if our secondary defender is in or out of the RA. High school have RA? No. Okay.
So make sure your gun don't fall out. It's a really good one.
Yep.
Anticipate basket interference goaltending.
Yep. Lead. Secondary defender, which it's going to be. It is because he beat him. Secondary defender right there. Okay. Just think about responsibilities of each official, not necessarily the play, but put yourself here and think, what am I doing here? What am I doing there? What am I doing here?
Boop, boop, boop.
So now what? What we got? We got what lead?
We've got a block and we got an arm.
We got 3. What do we got, Steve?
Oh my goodness.
We have the trifecta.
Hey, but let's not pretend that this doesn't happen.
Happen.
So in high school, can you? Okay. If you signal, same with us, right? So it's a defensive foul, it's an offensive foul both. Explain that one. And one of my very best friends who say a prayer tonight for my buddy who went out here fighting cancer in the hospital right now. Put him in your prayers for me. But why is he blowing? Right? I mean, but again, that's where we go back to the pregame. In our games in high school, if someone beats my defender and I'm on the perimeter, King, what are you going to do as the lead official once I know my guy's got past my defender?
All my antennas go up and I accept.
Referee the secondary defender now. I got the guy stepping up to be the hero on defense. This is where it's trail and center. It's like, oh, I just lost my guy. I get to take a break for a second. Look for, smack it backboard, whatever. Grab the net, pull it down, basket interference. Is it an and one? You get to do the easy things. Now it's up to King to take care of the block charge play. And if he gets it wrong, he gets it wrong. It's not you being a bad partner. He kicked it. Okay? Fair? I mean, what else? I don't know. Large. Plus travel, plus not good.
But no, back to that. I mean, if we're all doing our job right on this play,
Let's go.
we should have one whistle from our lead, right? Say he doesn't dish it and he lays it in, right? He called the block, okay? Generally, when I'm lead, a lot of time my focus is trying to find feet. And if he's moving and whatnot, and if I call block, not very often do I see what's going on of the status of the ball. That's where I have to trust that my outside partners, especially probably Trell on that play, going to help me and come in and say, hey, Lane, count the basket. We're going to have one shot. Thank you. I had no idea. Thank you very much. So I'm going to go to the table, count it, block, shoot one. Otherwise, I'm going to go there and be like, shoot, what do we got, right? So just because you're Trell on that play doesn't mean, like Kate said, you could just relax. No, you have responsibilities still until the play is over.
Okay.
Lane, even if the center does blow, he should for the trail, just post.
Yeah.
If the center posts, we have no problem on that play. Because the lead's the only one that signals anything.
And again, back to my thing that I said earlier, let's play with Chad. If you're centered, what's the big problem if you wait a second, see the collision, allow my partner to make a decision one way or the other, then ship it or block, whatever, right? To avoid that secondary area, a secondary cadence. That make sense? Secondary cadence. Allow him a second to make a decision. He doesn't, come in with whatever you're calling.
It also gives you a second to make a decision and decide, I really don't need to get that.
Yeah.
I'll trust my partner. Right. But that's the key is if it's your secondary, you better have a really late whistle, like tomorrow.
Well, and here's something I would tell you veterans. By the way, I think it's super cool that the best officials in the association are here. And for all of you at home that are listening that aren't here, shame on you. No wonder you don't complain to Joe B. You're not getting the best games because you're not putting in the work. Hate me, but it's the truth. So, veterans, when you're working with the youngsters, give them a chance to referee their third. Give them a second chance to referee their third. Give them a patient chance to referee their third, then blow your whistle. You guys have to have more discipline you've ever had in your life if you really want to create a solid crew chemistry with the young ones. Oh, he trusts me. You've done right because it's your job. Joby doesn't put you on a game if he thinks you can't handle it. So you as veterans, let him referee. Let him screw up. Right? Okay, travel. Not my play, it's his play. Some of you are going, yeah. No, seriously. If it's a borderline travel and it's in his primary area and you're center and you've got a great look at it, why in the hell would you blow? It's not your play. And if he misses 3 of them, then he's going to call Joe B and go, hey, you know what? He might game. Okay. That's not you being a bad partner. It's his play. Something to think about, veterans. Don't be crew heroes. You don't need to be. It's not your job. When I'm calling balls and strikes with Estridge and he's out on the diamond watching me, he don't come in and go, dude. He's out there going, oh boy, he's off about that form, right? But the point is, it's my job. Okay, let's go ahead and watch this one.
Casey, can I
Yes,
just say,
yes, please.
I think for me personally, one of the anxieties that I have about that is being able to calm the coach down when there's, when constantly missing plays and stuff, or knowing what to say to the coach.
I agree 100%.
I don't want to have to be up the coach or give a coach a warning, or maybe I should, when it's a mistake that we're making.
We're making or he made?
Well, my partner, partner's making. Or maybe me as a.
So what's really interesting, for the first time in a long time, coaches are starting to want to talk to me about my partners. They were always talking to Randy McCall about me because I was the one that was crappy. It's hard. I don't know what to say, but I would tell you this. You need to talk to him about that play. You need to talk to her about that play. They have a better perspective about that play. That was a really hard play. If they keep wanting to officiate, now we take care of all the tool. Okay? I mean, it's not your job to save him. Hey, coach, that was a really hard play. When he gets over here, talk to him. What are you going to say that's going to make him stop yelling anyway? He still thinks he sucks. Even if he's a really good young referee. All that stuff don't work. I wish it did, but it don't. Coach, that's a really hard play. Talk to Lane when he gets up here. Now it's Lane's job once again to do his job, not your job to do his. And I know, look, this play right here is the summary of exactly what you're talking about. Look at them. Western Illinois is the visitors. 7 fouls. Cal Baptist, home team, 1 foul. First half. Okay? Go ahead and let it play. Oh, where are let it play? Sorry. You're good. Positioning's pretty good. Where are we going to be? Play one more time. Pause. Keep going. Right there. Okay. Foul? Maybe. You've got center looking right at it. You've got lead looking right at it. Go ahead and let it finish. Who's got a foul?
True.
And guess who we called it against? Now it's 8-1. And guess who's going in front of the Western Illinois coach? Me. What am I going to tell him? That guy is hard play, coach. And I'm going, no, yeah. I'm in the soup now because of my partner. Same guy doubled with me times. I get him. That's going to get us. Brian, what do you say? Ken, what do you say? Hey, you know what? That's Maria's call. When you get a chance, talk to her. I'm not throwing you under. I'm just being honest. Because here's what I would tell you. I think you got to play right. What does that say about me now?
Really sucks.
Now I suck just like he sucks.
You might try saying something like, I would hate to have him comment on my play, so I don't want to comment on him.
Agreed. Yeah, I mean,
You're saying suck. I'm not saying anything. I'm saying talk to him.
so Randy McCall is a guy that you guys know, he's working the Final Four, blah, 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 blah. And I asked Randy one time, I mean, I missed one. What do you say? And he told me, I'll tell the coach, hey, that was a really hard play. He's not saying right. He's not saying I got it wrong. He doesn't have an opinion. Casey will talk to you when he gets down here. Because if he says, hey, he got it right, that's a really important whistle, come on. No, it's not. Right? Oh, yeah, anyway. Sorry. Okay. What's this one? Same thing?
Yep.
Lane, take this one.
Second one.
We're talking about positioning and where the whistle comes from on this play. Lane, this is yours, buddy.
Position, can I ask you? I was reading the officials manual the other day. It seems like maybe they haven't changed it, but it seems like they want Trail to hug the out of zone.
But I don't do it.
Okay.
Unless it's lane line or closer to me, then I get on the sideline. Once it's starting to get the middle of the key,
Do you like this?
oh, I mean, it's easier for me to referee from there, I think. The problem is I'm going to get my butt ran over, potentially, if we have a quick turnover. That's the fear. But once it gets to where it is right now, I should be starting to get to the sideline. Good point. Yeah, good question. Lane, do you work on the floor? You work on the floor, don't you?
I'm a little more sideline oriented as Trail. I try to be a little more sideline oriented, but I'm not afraid to come on the board.
As we go through this, will you, this stage, talk about who has who?
Okay.
And then as we get down in, when that ball goes into the top of the key.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Trell. That's me. Handsome with the pocket sticking out because I'm top 10 pounds overweight. I've got primary matchup, right? Ball handler, defender. Who's the center half? Where's he looking?
Looking here.
I think Cody's looking at the ball. Really good young referee, by the way. Really good. But I think his ball. He should be looking at potential screener and defender coming up to set a screen. I've got a competitive matchup. Lead probably has the little guy down there and his defender. He could potentially be helping at the free throw line as well. He ain't got nothing else to referee. You can extend your primary a little bit. Go ahead. Okay, now who's got the ball? Who should have the ball? Center. Okay, who should lead have?
Same guy.
Yeah, same guy. The little guy cutting across with his defender probably. Trell's up there wiping the sweat off, scratching his head. Who knows what he's doing?
Do you guys like this little move that center just did? Yeah, I was gonna say, he makes a little subtle move to the left. However, he probably should have felt this guy and probably, now he does. I think he's just a half a step too late because as soon as that ball goes, he still kind of gets a closed look. He takes another, if he starts going to the right, what I like to do when I'm center or even trail and that play's coming down, I would probably take a step out on the floor so I can get that angle. That makes sense? If I try to take a step right here, out, I can have a better angle looking through that play. I think he tries to do that. He's just a little bit late. Probably because of his initial reaction going left. And then he tries to come back right. And the play happens so quick. See, now he's trying to come back. I would have liked to have seen here. One step out. Doesn't have to be huge.
Another part that Bruce just asked, I think is a good question. If he wasn't watching the ball as center, you think maybe he would have adjusted sooner? Probably one step up?
Yeah.
I think because he was watching the ball, he got himself out of position.
So this stage, C has the ball.
Yeah. So he has the ball. Lead's got the little cutter across with the defender. Who's got the ball handler? Okay. Is that a secondary defender? You think that's a foul?
Hard to tell from here.
You think that?
Who's initiating
Yeah,
contact?
we'll get contact probably.
But it almost looks like he steps to his defender and then jumps away. So is there contact or is he jumping away?
Well, so who should have a whistle here? Who shouldn't have a whistle? Trail or lead? Where does it say blow across the key? How come you do it every time I watch you?
Watch lead.
Come on, out there he is.
And I would say that's a primary. I mean, he's pretty much coming up on contact. Say he's giving the primary cadence, primary whistle, and then secondary.
Back to Maria's point. Okay, Caleb says it's a foul. Well, then Cody's should have blown his whistle. I just ignore him, run the floor. It's not my play. I didn't need pro play? No, it's not. Okay. Hey, you want to watch a couple more? You guys done?
You know, if you
If you want to leave. I don't.
leave, then we can keep going.
I don't have anything after this, so I'm
Okay.
keep going.
So
I guess if you watch it online and they want to get off,
let's see who really is called.
leave it, leave. But I hope people would see, you know, these are plays that Casey had in his games, but these are the same kind of plays we see every single night.
I just want to mention that. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We make the same kind of mistakes every single night.
Yeah, I think one of our problems is we don't talk about the play after the fact. We don't want to bring up
And we never did anything wrong.
the hard conversation.
Uncomfortable stuff.
Casey's great at it though.
No.
Yeah, because
I think if we're real, the people in this room, I think, are committed to getting better. You wouldn't be here. So that being said, once in a while, tough love is still love. And us as veterans should expect that the young ones should hold me accountable just like I hold you accountable. This is a two-way street where if Estridge comes up to me in basketball and says, hey, dude, quit blowing in my area, he should be able to take it when I say to him when he's umpiring something to that same extent because he's the veteran JUCO baseball umpire and but we should have that same relationship where we can give it to each other in the right context. But don't be afraid to help people by saying, hey, look it, just give me a shot at that play. You don't have to save me. Something. I don't know how, but talk about it, right? I used to have guys send me clips all the time. Nobody does anymore because I'm just honest. I mean, if you want to send a clip and have me tell you how great you are, don't send it because it's your job to get them right. If you want to send it to me and I can tell you something to think about, this is what will help you not blow on that, I'm happy to help you. But don't be afraid at timeouts. Hey, Lane, we got to loosen up, dude. We got to tighten down, dude. Right? We got to see the same game. We have those conversations, do we not? The veterans will come over and go, hey, get back in it. Get your butt going, right? Snap out of it. Okay, right? But they're not afraid to tell you, hey, give me a shot at my play. I got this. Don't fish in my pond. I won't fish in yours. Okay. You know, pat them on the butt and away you go. I don't know. What else, Wayne? What else you say?
Hard. No, they are. Back along the lines of what Casey was just saying of like, this happened to me just ago. I went the entire first half with one foul. And that used to bother me a lot because I was thinking, man, I'm missing stuff. What am I doing? What kind of playing mind games with me? I was as comfortable as can be. There was just nothing in my area. And so if that's the case, don't get so worked up that you start creating fouls just to put fouls and get a number on the board. I don't know. Only call what's in front of you, right? If there's nothing there, well, good for you. It's your night. I used to just fret and worry and stress in the game, and I'd go up, man, what am I missing? Oh, nothing, dude. You're just fine. Okay. All right. So, yeah, don't put something in the game that's not there.
Remember a play we had a minute ago? This is kind of the same play, but notice there's only one whistle. Originated from center, primary defender. They don't even block, charge. It doesn't matter to me, but the good thing is me as Lee didn't blow and Trell didn't blow. Came from the right place.
They have a good lead on that.
Yeah, right. Too fat and slow to get to where he's supposed to. Bruce, you tell me how to get out of here.
Even up the top now, go ahead, too. Good job.
I did have one really marginal to get it 7-1 by the way.
Did you guys notice though? Casey's willing to be honest. I made a marginal call. Too many of us want to defend our calls and act like I instead of just, oh, that's what it is. Sometimes, I don't care how good you are, sometimes you miss it.
Okay, primary coverage area. Whose ball is this? Okay. All right. Now whose play is it? I don't know. Whose play is it? I'm asking you. Okay.
Who has the first best look on the play?
So if I'm Lee, just a question for you. Lane's a defender. I'm the lead. It's right here in my area. He starts to get away from me. How do I know if he's going forward from where I'm standing right here?
You don't. You're guessing.
Do I still have the best look?
You have the closest look.
Yes. But it's going away from me as he starts to show me his back. Do you think that's enough for the guy who blew his whistle to call a foul on that play? I want you to be honest. I'm the one who blew it. Think it's a foul?
Yeah.
Somebody think that's not a foul? Oh, wow. Man, I'm good.
They're just scared of you.
Yeah, right. I just think the only guy that can see that play going this way, my whistle was pretty late. Would you agree? I wish it were a little bit later, to be honest with you, but it was pretty late. I think I gave him a chance to referee.
Before that gambling policy,
I was on Fox. There was a picture of me on Fox News for point shaving. Because the player was point shaving. It was my picture.
So, sorry,
Yes.
back to that play. He has to leave longer his primary area because he's got a closed position. So then it opens up C, which becomes primary.
Maria, such a great question. Primary, yes. Yes, it's his primary. But we have to be good enough to open my primary, but I have no look. Who has the next best look?
I think we also have to be able to recognize that he can't see that.
And look, what else do I have to referee? I'm scratching my head again. I got this tick now. I don't know what. But I got to refer. So why not have an opinion? Make sure it's a late opinion.
So that, you wouldn't consider that a hero?
I think it's just a foul.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's one, and I actually sent it to Carmel, because what I was worried about, should I stay off? That's what I was worried about. Is it enough? Is it enough? He goes, damn right. Okay, perfect. One whistle, not two. But the reason I love that question is, whose primary is it? It still leads primary. They don't have the best look.
But it's also, I mean, Casey talked about, my whistle was late, I wish it was later. So he knows it's a secondary area, right? He didn't bang it just as soon as the contact happened. He waited because it wasn't his primary area. And I think that's part of the thought process that we need to start developing is understanding what can my partner see? If the play, the defender gets in the way, he has no angle, but I have an open look and nothing else to look at. And too many of us just fire off the right. And I think that's part of what we want to get out of this discussion is understanding when we need to be slow and when we need to be quicker. I don't think we want to be fast, but quicker.
So this is a play we pre-gamed. The reason I put this in there, we pre-gamed, give lead the first crack out of play at the basket. Cody, really good young referee. Guy gets away. This is a secondary defender because he's a helper. Cody didn't even think about blowing on this play. I'm not in the greatest position, but this is still my play. The one time in basketball as lead you can blow across the key. Secondary defender. The one time. Right? Really hard play. I'm not sure if it's a block or a charge, but it had to be something. Let's go to screener defender. Okay, this is a play I wanted to share with you guys. And Lane, you can talk about this play. It's the defender, the number 12, the screener's defender. Yeah, go ahead.
Back it up right here. Casey, are you center?
Yeah.
You think Casey can see, number one, is this a two referee play? 100% two referee play. Who would be the two referees on the play? Right, I'm gonna ask you, Black Hat. I don't know your name, sorry.
Mark.
Mark?
Yeah.
Mark? Who would you say that the two referees that need to be refereeing this play. Kind of a high ball screen up in here. Who would you? Center in the trail. I would agree. Okay. So even though it might be a little bit, you think as trail, it's a little far away. Screens like that you got to help, right? Because what happened? Stop right there. What's 12 doing? Pushing. 12's pushing him in the back. You think center's got a whole lot going on. He's probably looking at the primary defender at this point, coming and the screen, making sure that's okay. He has no chance of seeing this push in the back. Who has what I would call back? Okay, Maria, back to your say. This is not Leeds primary, but who has the first best look of the push in the back? Trail. First best look, second best look, third best look. It's not his primary. It's on the other side of the lane line, but he has the first best look. Casey has no chance of seeing that push in the back. Casey, I'm guessing you're probably calling it an illegal screen. Is that what you call it right here?
Come on, bro.
No, he got the first foul. Did you? He did.
I mean, I'm just guessing. Did you call the push in the back?
Our dog did see.
All right, well then, hey, he's great.
And I got in trouble for pointing at him. The reason
However,
why I put this in there, and Lane, keep going, but this play's starting to happen a lot, guys.
It happens every screen.
Screener comes up, coaches are teaching the guy defending the screener to push him. Because if I don't call the push, what are we going to do with this screen? It's illegal. He's too wide. He doesn't really give him a step. That's an illegal screen. But the defender is the one who put him in a bad position. Keep going, Lane.
no, I was just gonna say, so, yeah, good job, Casey, getting that. I didn't see what you were gonna call it. However, I mean, if you're trail and you see that, come get it. Because most times I'm guessing that we're gonna be calling it illegal screen. Now, it takes a little bit of courage to make a call that far away, right? So that's probably one of those plays that you've got to come in a little more emphatic and be like, no, first foul right here, push in the back, right? Because if you just kind of go like this and walk away, everybody's going to be going, what? No. When you're a little bit further away on a play like that, big, first foul right here, push in the back. Make it clear that everybody knows what you got. Okay?
Yeah, no kidding. Play the next one. This is a fun one. Okay, the next one's a rule thing. And then whoever wants to leave, you can leave. I got a couple other fun ones. Go up to the unusual play. Okay, so we're looking 10-second backcourt violation, et cetera, et cetera. Stop. You see the shot clock? 24 seconds. Okay. Go ahead, Bruce. Stop right there. Okay. Offensive player, has he established front court status? Okay. All right, go ahead and let play. Stop. Should we have a 10-second violation? What makes the ball have front court status?
The defender touched it.
Yeah, but so if I'm an official and I'm standing in the front court and the ball hits me, it's in the front court. Okay? But what if the offensive player didn't hit 3 points and hit me? Doesn't matter. If I'm a defender and I'm in the front court and I touch the ball in front. So is it a 10-second violation? Wouldn't be that.
Huh?
No. Play it again. This is a good play.
There's 24.
I didn't see that
But
one.
before he cut, did you say he was at 24?
24 seconds.
Yeah.
So it would matter.
yeah, so we would go to 20.
Yeah.
20 would be ours.
Or at 35?
Yeah. We would be 20.
Oh, yeah, sorry. The point is, this was a real, we lucked into this like you wouldn't believe. 10 seconds never even crossed our mind. What we were worried about is it was deflected if he could go back and get it. The 10-second shot clock wasn't even, let's be real. We didn't know the rule, so we got lucky. We got it right. Okay? So, just know for games, front court status, it's an official, defender who's in the front court status, or in the front court. What else is front court status?
That's clear.
Off it, which is 3 points.
Correct.
So if I'm dribbling, you guys, if I'm dribbling down half court, am I in the front court? Can I go back with this foot? This is half court. I'm dribbling down the line. And now I step back with this foot. Can I do that legally?
Yes. Yep. If all points are crossed, then no, but if they have.
So if I go back like this, I'm good, right? What if I'm like this? Still good.
They have this foot.
It's a hard play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else, buddy?
That's it. I would just say this is a focus play. If you're not focused, you're gonna call 10 seconds back court and get it wrong, right? Focus. Can't let your guard down.
No, so, and I don't know, I guess you guys do it, but once that went back and he touches it again, we get a visual on the shot clock and we still use the shot clock for 10 seconds. So he says he gets it at 22, now our new number's 12. You guys use the shot clock for your 10 seconds?
We do it on that. They want a chance.
Do they? So in high school, you want visual? I don't know.
I tell you, I would use it.
I would still use the shot clock and pretend like you're counting.
Well, but if there's an interruption, because the thing is, there's tenths of a second. So if the ball gets poked and it goes out of bounds, it says 28 on the shot clock. It could be 28.9, it could be 28.0, and we don't know what it is. That's why they want to count.
Questions for Lane or I? We get more out of this than you guys get out of this, but seriously, you have questions? Two things, and I truly will stop talking unless, Maria, I've got a couple other plays that you'll like. They're fun to watch if you want. My screw-ups. Two things. I went and watched all the high school football championships at SUU, semifinals. I would challenge all of you guys, when you get together and you're watching other officials, stop your nonsense. You guys critique the guys on the field, and it makes me want to puke. You have a hell of a lot to say from where you are watching the officials down working the state championships while you're up there eating popcorn. Stop. Support each other. Cheer each other on. Love on each other. Lift each other up instead of trying to tear everybody down. Shame on you. It's awful.
Good point.
I mean, I listened to it for a day and a half. And I finally said to a guy, you know, it's pretty interesting. You have a lot to say, but they're down there and you're up here. I did. I was sick of it. Right? I just don't understand. And then secondly, guys, I would challenge you when you go referee, and I'm obviously on the wrong end of my career because I'm starting to be home a lot more. So I'm going to be out watching y'all, but stop blowing out of your area. Not bad partners by not blowing at it in somebody's area. And I'm happy if you see me and you want me to take notes and write down how many times you blow out of your area. I'm happy to do that. But if you don't want to get real feedback, then don't ask me because I'm going to tell you the truth. So anyway, Wayne, what do you got, buddy?
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
No,
So we're done. If people want to read, they can read. If you want to show
Rhea, I got one more to show you.
Okay.
Rhea likes watching clips as much as I do. Maybe I don't have it.
yeah.
Like, oh, great, she's not.
But we also.
I sent it in because I'm a long way there.
Thanks, Steve, is that a trail we're gonna do?
Potentially. And I sent this to the boss, and I just said, okay, should I just let it go? He goes, no, it's a foul. But notice, this is how patient I want to be.